Welcome to another episode of Bros Park. We're on episode 26? 26?
Yep.
Awesome. It's another BEA
Beautiful
day in the park. I hope everyone's doing pretty good. You're welcome by yours truly, Jeff and
Colin, as always. And today we got a bit of an interesting topic when it comes to, I guess, not just anime. We're talking about it with regards to anime, but with video games and, I guess life choices in general.
life choices.
Yeah, life choices in general. And that comes down to the choice of weapon that you end up using. We've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh yeah.
So
way too much Wilds recently.
That's a big game that, if you're wondering why there hasn't been as many uploads, it's because somebody's been a degenerate playing the game. But
True.
That game is very much, you pick your weapon, and that weapon is your identity. Online, people will clown you for it. They will fucking love you for it. You'll be part of the community just from that weapon alone.
Yep.
And
that weapon is you, man.
Yeah.
And in most animes, most action animes, like the weapon symbolizes the character. When you think about the character, you think about their choice of weapons.
Yeah. And it's so prevalent in somebody's mind when you think of them, and you never think of somebody who's always carrying their weapon without it. So from a giant hammer to a giant sword like Ichigo to guns.
It's like Fate. Like, Saber is, the giant sword.
Yeah.
Like, what was the guy named Lance?
Yeah.
He used the Lance.
Lancer, yeah.
Lancer?
Yeah.
I haven't watched Fate, but I just know the characters.
Yeah, and they're all named their weapons. Yeah. It's like, okay, sure, mage, saber, lancer, archer. It's like, okay, yeah, we got it. So today we're starting with one of the coolest weapons that people for some reason love to see, especially in anime. And they go crazy for it to the point that it's a reveal half the time in anime that, boom, here comes this weapon.
Oh, shit. They use this weapon? What?
Yeah. And that is dual swords. Dual swords, dual blades, dual daggers, whatever you want to call it, depending on where we're at. And we're going to talk about some of the best and try to rank them.
I'm not gonna lie, just dual swords is cool, man.
It's cool. Yeah.
Swords are cool, but when you have two of them, god damn.
It's like you think about it and you're like, wow, that's a lot of offense, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, okay, wait.
Well, the thing is, like, when you're watching like a show, defense is lame. You just want pure offense, and then like the only thing that their defense is dodging.
That's why Shield Hero sucked.
Oh,
that's why everybody hated him, because defense is lame.
The guy's straight shielding.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking get clowned on.
I don't know. We'll get on Shield Hero another.
We'll get to Shield Hero another episode.
Started off so great.
It started off so great. We don't need to talk about that. We another episode for it. All right, so I have come up with a list here of different dual sword users that I think stuck out to me in the anime. There will be multiple people sometimes in the anime that use dual swords, but these are the ones that obviously stuck out. Yeah,
but like, just when you just think about dual sword users, some characters just pop up in your mind.
Yeah,
like Zoro from One Piece.
Exactly.
Except and that guy uses three
swords. Yeah, exactly. So first and foremost, I think personally lower on the list in terms of like hype and everything, but cool for the anime itself, was Nyanta from Log Horizon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was a swashbuckler, and
that was his class.
Yeah, he uses two swords, which I don't think we really ever saw from Log Horizon. I don't think anyone else really did that.
Yeah, he definitely played what's it, like the old mentor type trope. He's freaking cool though.
And I love in the English dub just always the nya.
Yeah.
Like so sultry.
Log Horizon was a good anime, man.
It was good. I can't say anything from season 3. I haven't watched it yet. I know season 1 and 2 were pretty banger. The action scenes weren't crazy.
Dude, it was just straight like politics.
But it was a good thinking one, yeah.
Yeah.
So
what isekai MMORPG, but like it dealt with like the whole politics and like how the world works and everything,
and the moral and ethics of like dealing with the NPCs that are no longer NPCs.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting one. If you want to go watch it, go check it out. But he used dual swords, and we didn't really see him fight too often.
But like one or twice or
yeah,
something.
That's why I think he's on the list, but he's definitely an honorable mention when it comes down to like how hype it was.
For sure.
I think, what was the main character? Shiro.
Yeah.
Shiro was definitely more interesting, even though he was just a staff user, you know, like, but he was just a mage abilities.
Man. Lame.
I was like, lame, dude. Fuck mage users.
Dude, there's too many mages out there.
You think there's too many mages? We need more dual sword users.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, this one I think is high up there on my list. I need to remember his name because I just know the anime name. Rakuro from Shangri-La Frontier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that he's probably one of the more hype dual blade users.
Like Sun Raku.
Yeah, Sun Raku.
Yeah, that anime like kind of came out recently, and I loved it too.
Mm-hmm. And I think that like he used the dual daggers or the dual short blades very often, but he also swapped to like individual weapons every now and again.
Yeah, like axes or whatever.
Yeah. So I think it was super cool, and I do think that they did it really well to show him basically all offense, as we were talking about.
Well, yeah, because like he's always limited in the fact that like he is not allowed any like armor basically, so he just has to focus on luck and like agility.
Yeah, he's a fucking creep and never wears a shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically a glass cannon build, but like it's just, the way that they do dual swords in that anime is just so cool.
Yeah, and it truly is no defense. I think he like parries very rarely, and it's just dodging usually.
Yeah.
And it's all in all the time. I remember the fight with Weatherman.
Oh yeah, Weatherman.
Yeah,
that thing was so cool,
and it was fucking sick. And he just had to survive the like combo to like get past it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
you can't even beat him. You just gotta survive.
Yeah, and it's like they did the all offense weaponry interesting because now it wasn't an offense fight. Mm-hmm. This wasn't like him and the holy shit, I'm forgetting the first unique monster that he fought.
Like Kagan.
Yeah,
the big ass wolf.
Yeah. That was just like a straight offense fight from both.
Yeah,
right?
I loved it because like he was just perfect parrying. Like every attack.
Yeah, he was there for like 10 minutes, just fucking duking it out.
I don't understand how his weapons didn't break at that point.
That's true, but then like those weapons became why he got to where he kept going. Right?
Yeah,
like they were the why he got to the bunny place, the fucking furry village.
For sure. Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely hype and it was interesting. That's probably the most recent anime on this list. I think that there's a lot of anime that have been older that have used dual swords.
Oh yeah,
but that one and maybe one or two have been like this year. Now I will say a lot of these people that I thought of as well came up in the idea of dual weapons, but we're not going to talk about dual wielding guns.
Dual wielding guns.
Yeah, a lot of people throw down with like dual pistols and shit like that. Like
it's pretty freaking cool.
Like Alucard.
Yeah.
From Hellsing and
Revi from what's it called? Blue Lagoon? Black Lagoon?
Yeah, Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon, yeah.
And also the lieutenant from Full Metal Alchemist. The blonde girl.
Oh, I thought she just uses rifles.
No, she uses two guns. I think in the fight against Envy, maybe. Anyways, she uses two pistols as well. So like there are a lot of those. We're not talking about that. We're talking about specifically swords.
The blades, man. The blades.
So next on the list comes from an older anime, and I will say there's two that stand out, and they stand out because we're told that like they're the only two basically that do this.
Oh.
Shunsui Kiraku from Bleach.
Oh, okay. We're talking Bleach, eh?
And Jushiro.
Yeah.
So
like they're cool.
They're cool, but like to me, I'm like, man, Kiraku is way higher than Shunsui. Shunsui has, Jushiro. Way higher than Jushiro. Because Jushiro, he has his, I can absorb your attack and reflect it back as long as it's like an energy projectile.
Jushiro's a cuck, man.
What the fuck is that? Jesus, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he didn't really play too much of a pivotal role in the anime, so his dual swords, they looked okay, and also just the power that they had is just whatever.
Well, also like in the beginning seasons, he was just sick.
Yeah.
All the time. So he wasn't even really running his squad that Rukia was in. Yeah. And then even in the Arankar arc, the big Arankar that he fought mainly was like Stark's like younger companion.
Yeah, and then he just got dogged.
Yeah, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm going to try to treat this little child as a child." So again, he was going to like a mentor.
They're pretty low on my list because when I think of Bleach, yeah, they are like dual blade users, dual sword users. But when you compare them with every other like sword in Bleach, they kind of get, diminished at that point because there's so many cooler weapons compared to like just the dual blade users.
100%. I even think like, again, we weren't talking about it on the list, but like Stark with his dual guns.
Yeah,
that's sick.
He's
like,
cooler
fucking
than
awesome,
them, in my
for
opinion.
sure.
Yeah.
And then like one fires a Sero, one fires a Bala. Like that's awesome.
Freaking cool, man.
But I think for me, it's definitely Kiraku above Jushiro.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
For the favorite one. Because I still remember the moment that we first saw Kiraku's dual blades. Yeah. And I'm like, that's sick. And then nothing really came about it. It was like, okay.
Nope. Well, have you seen like the 1,000-Year Blood War?
I have not caught up to the 1,000-Year Blood War. Yes.
Okay,
I know about his Bankai because we played the
Brave Souls.
Yeah, Bleach Brave Souls, the gacha game for it. So I know about his Bankai. And it's just like, fuck, I wanted more from the dual blades, man. Like, I wanted more. They look sick.
I can get on a tangent about Bleach because I love Bleach growing up, but then like I just feel like 1,000-Year Blood War were just so disappointing for me. That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
Okay. If you disagree with that, let us know.
That's a very hot take. I just found like the story was pretty cool, but like just like the fights, they were just so lame.
They were so lame. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, did they hold up to the fights in like the original seasons? Because
nope. Because
interesting.
Because when I read the manga, I haven't seen the anime for it. Okay. But when I read the manga, it was basically like there's no more actual sword fighting or actual like I hit you, you hit me, all that jazz. It was more like you do this ability. I use this ability.
Okay. Yeah.
To counter that. It's like like dude, like you guys have swords, use them.
Like now, actually just throw down.
Now it just became like, ooh, Hack's ability versus Hack's ability. Yeah. That's it. I'm like, this is kind of lame.
Whose plot armor is stronger?
It's literally not Bleach anymore.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was very, very disappointed with how it turned out.
Okay. Well,
that's a very hot take. Some people will probably disagree.
Well, I'm sure that like there's the nostalgia factor and there's also the animation factor where it's just obviously better animation than like back in the day, which is why I was wondering if it holds up. Because I'm thinking of like the first fight, like Ichiko gets his giant Zanpakuto from Rukia, draws all the power out, and then fights the Hollow. Yeah. That fight was, if you go back and watch it, it's so slow. It's like a slash cuts the like arm off of the Hollow, and it's just a clean like one swipe through.
It was
like, you know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But like when you go to the later fights, they're actually like swinging swords and like blood's being drawn and everything.
Yeah, the Arankar arc was good for that actually. Okay, all right. I'll have to take it. I'll take a look at that. I'll take a look at it.
Definitely.
Next on the list is he is the dual sword user. People love him. People love to hate him. Oh. Kirito. Kirito's on the list.
Dude, he's the GOAT, man. You know what? He's pretty up there for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
It's because they like dropped it like when the moment mattered the most. It was so hype when they pulled it out because like when I was watching Sword Art Online for the first time, I was like, how the hell is he gonna win this?
Yeah.
Pulls out the other sword. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, fight him off for 5 seconds.
It's like, why do you forge another sword if he's not gonna use it? Oh shit, he's gonna use it.
Dude, man, I think when people say dual sword user in anime, they think about him because he was the only one in that game.
Okay, that was so lame. It's like, hey, it's because you're so special, you get to use dual swords. Yeah, it's like, what the hell?
And it was like, wow, This and Akahiko Kaiba, Heathcliff, the main guy, bad guy. It was like, wow, this has been fated to be our duel because I was meant to fight the user with the highest speed in the game.
Like reaction speed.
Yeah.
Like, it's so lame, but
I'm
at the
like,
same
okay.
time, it was so cool.
I'm like, all right, fine. Like, I think when I first watched it when I was younger, I was like, yo, that's hype as shit. Like, that could be me. Like, let's go, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, man, fuck this guy.
But the one thing I didn't like is that after he pulled it out, every single battle that he was in, dual swords.
Yeah.
He's like, he just wants to flex it because nobody else can use it now.
Yeah. I mean,
Cat's out of the bag.
I would do it. Like, fuck it. Like, you might as well,
like,
right?
hey, look at my 2 swords.
Man, I think that him whipping it out against the Gleam Eyes and using Starburst Stream, which was like, I think it was like a default skill that came with dual swords.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, I'm like, that's fucking sick.
It was cool. It was so cool.
And then my favorite is that later on in Alfheim and whatever else, he wasn't able to use dual swords because it wasn't in there, if I remember correctly. And then he has to just time sword skills between his right hand and then swap it to his left hand so that it's almost like dual swords, but it's alternating.
Oh,
just to
serious?
like slide in the fact that he can use dual swords again. I'm like,
yeah. I thought it's been a while since I thought he could use dual swords in that.
No, I think in one of the later games, I forget which one that it was. It was Alfheim or otherwise. They had a short excerpt of him being like, oh, Klein was like, oh, you can use dual swords again. He's like, oh, well, like, I'm just like alternating using sword skills on cooldown between my like other hands. And then that kind of like simulates dual swords. And I'm like,
that's
the
so lame.
fuck is this? Like,
just have him do dual swords, man.
Just fucking give him dual swords again. Like, fuck, man. But
he's known as a dual sword guy now.
Yeah, exactly. Just let him use it. I don't know. I think it was all right. I liked him. I don't understand the hate for SAO. I don't think it was amazing, but it was good. It was fine. Now the question is, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Elucidator, the gnarliest magic sword a player can get from a monster drop, which is a direct quote, or his forged?
I know it's that black one.
Yeah, the Elucidator.
That black one's so cool.
Yeah. So much better than. I think it's like a crystalline saber. I forget what the other one is called.
Yeah, I don't care, man. That black one looks so cool.
All right. Yeah.
I'm thinking about one off the top of my head.
Okay.
Well, it's not just one person, but in the whole entire anime, everyone is dual swords.
Yep.
Attack on Titan, man.
And we were just getting there. That was next on the list.
It's either like Mikasa or Levi.
That's what I was going to say.
Levi would be better.
It's got to be the 2 Ackermans, and we already know which Ackerman is better. It's fucking Levi.
Yeah, because like whenever Levi like showed up on screen, all the budget went to him because he had the coolest anime sequences.
And half of them didn't like. I understand that we're talking about a fantasy world about people turning into fucking titans and shit, but they tried to keep some form of realism with like the ODM and like trying to have momentum and speed and like these
it didn't make
things.
sense, but
it didn't make sense.
At least they tried.
They tried, right?
Powered by steam. I don't know, gas.
But
where did they get this gas?
But like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, half the scenes with Levi, they don't even try anymore. There's no attempt to keep like physics in it.
No.
The hypest scene and also the most crazy, unrealistic, like insane scene is him versus Zeke, the Beast Titan, as he's like doing the like baseball pitching.
Yeah,
through.
yeah. When like him versus the Beast Titan for the first time.
And
that shit's so cool.
It's the fucking sickest scene. It's hype. It's amazing. And like you see him detach his ODM like anchors from Zeke, and then somehow he gets faster to like zigzag spiral down Zeke's arm.
Momentum, man.
And I'm like, yeah, but there's no momentum. He lost.
He's using his core.
Yeah, he just like sits up into like
that. Of course, man.
Dude, but that scene, I think is probably the hypest scene of Levi.
It was so, I think, to be honest, I think that was like the second hypest. The first hypest with him was when he was escaping the human soldiers.
Interesting. Okay.
That was so cool for me.
Okay. Nice.
You get like a POV shot of him like trying to run away.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about like we're fighting a war at this time, like where they were at against the Titans and like the fucking humanity like needs to be saved and everything like that. And then all of a sudden it's like, now we're just gonna fight some fellow humans from.
I thought that was
here.
so cool.
Oh, man,
I thought that was a good change in story because like, it's like, oh, we're fighting Titans. Shit. Turns out humans are also an enemy too, so we gotta fight the government now.
Oh yeah, okay. You
and
your anarchy.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, I think it was a nice swap up because I think you could get to a point that it was getting old to fight the same Titans on repeat.
Yeah, and pretty much like everyone's competent now. They know how to deal with Titans, and they dealt with them basically.
Are they competent? Is fucking Armin competent?
Yeah.
At the time of them fighting the humans, he was still such a fucking little bitch boy.
No, but like dealing with Titans. Ooh, Aaron, just turn into Titan.
Oh,
mess these guys up. Boom.
Okay, sure.
Like,
yeah.
hey, okay, we just took out like a squad of Titans. Okay, that's cool. That's boring now.
Sure.
Focus on the humans now.
Yeah, I just prefer like the humans that turn into Titans. Like when we're
Yeah.
getting to like fucking Reiner and fucking Bertold and shit like that. I'm like, okay, that's sick. I don't give a shit that the military police and like the fucking people underneath the royalty are sitting here and being like, oh, we've developed anti-human weapons. They're called guns. Like,
Yeah,
fucking okay, dude.
They're literally using the same ODM gear, but with guns.
Yeah, it's like, okay, fucking sweet. Like, that's not cool. I don't know. I guess it was cool in the moment, but I just like...
Oh, yeah. It's actually, when you really think about it logistically, like, that's the best way to take out humans.
Yeah, guns are very effective. We've seen that throughout history, actually.
Yeah, so it actually made sense to do that.
Yeah, and then... I don't know what the hypest Mikasa fight was. I'm trying to think about it.
I don't think she really had any, like, good fight scenes.
I think, like, maybe when there was the attack on, like, the Wall Maria or whatever it is, the first... when they were trying to close the boulder up. When they were trying to get the boulder into the doorway.
Okay.
I think Mikasa fucking threw down, didn't she?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm too focused on Levi.
Yeah, the other Ackerman.
You just know that she's super strong and she can do everything. But, like, in terms of fight scenes, I don't even remember any.
That's true. Yeah, fair enough. I still remember when they changed between, like, season, 3. God, the naming of these fucking seasons was awful. But, like, season 3 and season 4 or something. And, like, Mikasa cut all of her hair, like, super short. And then everybody was like, wow, like, maybe I'm into Dommy mommies. Because,
Christ.
like, she fucking changed.
Jesus.
I got hype. And I'm
My
like,
guy.
okay, sweet.
But, oh, yeah, I remember, like, they changed studios, like, midway through Attack on Titan.
Yep.
And, like, the change is just so noticeable. I love the old style.
The old style was sick. And, like...
It just looked more polished, too.
It did. It did.
It just looked better.
I will say that not the last, but second last opening, because we were talking about openings when we were talking about Log Horizon.
Yeah.
Before we were shooting, and you were pissed off because they no longer use database.
Yeah.
In season 3, which is a fucking crying shame.
Mm-hmm.
Man with a Mission is fucking sick. They made their cameo in Log Horizon 2 in the
true,
one scene.
True.
But the opening for season 4, I think, the rumbling where it was just like heavy metal fucking coming for you type music.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man, you gotta listen to that song. That's sick.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, I like the OP, and I think that it came after the studio change. So I will say, like, I enjoyed that. But speaking of Man with a Mission, which if you haven't listened to them, go listen to them. They're fucking sick. They always wear wolf masks when they perform. Now, speaking of somebody with a mask, Inosuke.
Oh.
Inosuke from Demon Slayer. And there's one other person that uses dual blades from Demon Slayer. I forget his name.
Tengun, the ninja guy.
Yeah.
The Hashira, dude. He had a sick fight.
Yeah, he does slap. I prefer Inosuke.
Really?
But between the two, I'm going to say Inosuke. He's just more of my fucking character.
Yeah, fair enough. So. I love how he, like, breaks his swords.
Yep.
Just chips them.
Yeah. And he just, dude, what a fucking crazy character they decided to throw on. I guess everybody in that fucking anime is crazy, but.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
But what about you?
But he definitely adds a lot to the whole entire story. He's like the comedic relief.
100%. Him and
Zentetsu?
Whatever.
I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah.
I like the Hashira, the ninja guy.
Oh, okay.
Because like I love that fight against the one of the demons.
Mm-hmm.
He basically threw it out for like 3 episodes straight.
Yep. It was like a throwback to the old Goku fights where you just are there for a whole week, like with the whole
I would just say
thing.
Demon Slayer fight scenes are they just hit different. They just slap.
The animation, the art style is fucking crazy. But I think in terms of character, like my favorite dual sword user, it would be Inosuke.
Okay,
maybe fight, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Because that was way better of a fight.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I think in terms of the user, oh man, Inosuke is just such a fucking degenerate. Like he's just so crazy. It's so much more fun.
I love how his unique ability is like I can move my organs around. Get stabbed through the heart. Just kidding. I move my heart like to this side.
I get shit on. All right, and then the one final big one that we have to talk about, we brought up earlier. It's not technically dual blades. Sometimes it's tri-blades.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Zoro,
yeah.
What do you think? What's your opinion?
He's pretty cool, man. Like, I don't even watch One Piece, but I know all about Zoro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's how far it goes?
I got to the Thriller Bark arc, and then I stopped because I was like, there's too many anime episodes. I can't do this. But yeah, he's so cool, man.
Okay.
Because like, he's supposed to be, like, right behind Luffy in terms of power.
Mm-hmm.
Also uses 3 swords, man. He has a sword in his mouth.
Yep. He does, yeah.
Who does that?
Nobody else does that.
Who does that,
That's
man?
fucking crazy.
That's so cool.
Okay, so you'd put him pretty highly then?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely super high.
Yeah. I'm like... It's hard because the most recent One Piece that I've watched was the live action.
Oh.
And I'm not saying the live action was bad. I enjoyed the live action, actually. But... dude, it just doesn't hit the same. Like, I'm thinking back to the anime.
Do they have like a sword in his mouth in the anime?
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
I have no idea how that works.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It just doesn't fucking work. It was the best live action adaptation of an anime we've seen. You were just talking about how they completely missed on
Kakegurui. The gambling one?
Yeah. You said how they missed on that, but One Piece did pretty well with it.
Yeah.
Well,
okay. Good. Yeah. Good to know.
It's still just not as hype as the anime though. So I think if I'm thinking the anime, like Zoro's definitely up there. But also like there's just like not a place in my heart for Zoro. I know some people have that. Wow. They just like love him no matter what, and I'm just like, man, there's just like not a place for that. I don't know. But the final one on the list, we haven't talked about him. We rated this highly in terms of the anime awards and new animations and new anime that is out, and that would be Song Jinwoo from Solo Leveling.
Right. I totally forgot about that guy.
Yes. You totally forgot about him.
Yeah, I was like, who else is there?
He is the fucking Aura Farmer of Aura Farmer, the Glazer of Glazer. Like, fucking...
Yeah.
know?
Well, the thing is, with him, like, yeah, he started off using dual swords.
Yep.
But then, like, it turned out... He turned into, like, basically, I just summoned my army now.
100%. But he still used his dual swords against Biru. He used it against...
When he has to throw down, he would just use...
Yep.
Dual swords, or he uses his fists.
Dude, the fucking fist
I cast fist.
Yeah, exactly. I put all of my points into strength and will uppercut you into the sky.
Yep.
Like, okay. But I think all of his hype fights, he still uses dual swords.
True. That's true.
Biru, he uses the Demon King's daggers. He uses his 2 daggers against the Ice Slayer. He uses it against the High Orcs.
Okay, yeah.
Like all of those, he still uses
every fight he's been basically dual wielding this whole time.
And that's mainly because all of his fights, he fights the big bad guy, but the big bad guy also has an army for some reason. Gargoyle has an army. The Ice Slayers have an army.
Demon General.
Yeah, he's got an army. Biru has an army. Like everybody is.
That actually makes sense.
With an army.
Now I think about it, like, you got to utilize the army, so you have to fight another army.
Yeah, if he can just like swarm and overwhelm them, that's like not a fucking cool fight.
You're right.
I think animation-wise, he's probably up there. I think he's fucking high up there if you're talking animation. For sure. For dual swords.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's our list. from what we talked about, where are you kind of putting each person? I can already tell you my bottom few.
Bottom few,
Yeah.
eh?
I think it gets harder as we go up.
I would say Jushiro's at the bottom, which is lame.
I would put Nianta and then Jushiro. That would be my bottom two.
Jushiro's whatever. He's a cuck.
What the fuck is this? Stop calling him a cock, okay? He's not a cock, dude. He's just sick and old.
Yeah, Jushiro and Nianta for me.
Yeah.
And then I'll go Shinsui after that.
Shinsui after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of memorable moments and like the user themselves, I think fucking Shinsui's down there.
Yeah.
I think Shinsui. Okay, yeah. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, so we're kind of similar.
Yeah. I'll say my thinking afterwards.
I'm trying to remember who else we talked about. Let's see here.
Yep.
Just going off of memory. I would say next would be...
Yeah.
Wow,
I
already forgot.
You're so good at memory, dude. Okay, so Nianta.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the Bleach guys.
Yep.
Shinsui
That's what he down
and
with.
Jushiro. Those are our bottom three,
Yep,
seemingly.
yep.
Then we have Sunraku.
Okay.
Okay, Shangri-La Frontier.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Ackermans.
Yep.
Or let's just say
Levi, yeah.
because better than Mikasa for sure. And then we have Sung Jinwoo.
Mm-hmm.
We have Inosuke.
Mm-hmm.
We have Kirito.
Okay. And Zoro?
And we have Zoro.
Okay. So my next one would be... Oh, it's hard now.
Yeah.
I go Sunraku.
You go Sunraku next.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool and all. He's cool and all. But like, compared to the other
Okay.
5,
Yeah.
it's like they do so much better.
Inosuke.
Inosuke?
Inosuke is mine next on the bottom. I can't. In terms of memorable characters, and I was gonna say memorabilia, memorable characters, and like the moment that they pull out the dual swords, and like how hype and how sick it is, and all these things, and like them sticking in my mind. Yeah, Inosuke's next.
For me, it would be Inosuke too, because like I do like the weapon design for him, and like he's known for dual blades. So I think I do put him over Sunraku.
Okay.
Mainly because he's just more memorable.
Okay, so you would put Sunraku and then Inosuke.
Yep.
Okay, I'd put Inosuke and then... Unfortunately, I'm going to catch flack for this. It's Zoro. I don't have, like I said, that place in my heart for Zoro.
You know, I actually agree with you. I'd put Zoro next.
Okay.
Because like I'm not a big One Piece watcher.
Yeah.
But I know he's the guy, so
he is the guy.
He is him. And
I know that everybody loves One Piece. And I can see why. I just don't personally get it. It's good, I guess, but that's about as far as I would go. And I think that's going to develop a lot of hate in the anime community.
Okay. And then after that, it's Sung Jinwoo for me.
Sung Jinwoo for you. Interesting. I think after Zoro... It'd be Kirito.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I don't like. It's funny because we've never really talked about sword art until we started filming this, like between the two of us. And I didn't know that you had such a fucking love for Kirito.
No, dude. It's just I'm just thinking about the most hype moment in Sword Art Online, and that was hype.
Yeah, it was hype. You're not wrong. I just I wouldn't expect you to put it so high.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about the top dual blade users that come to my mind.
Sure.
Kirito comes up.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
At all times. So my second pick would be Kirito.
So he is the guy for you. Okay.
Yeah. Not in terms he's the best dual swordsman, but just the most memorable in my mind.
Okay. I think Kirito would be after Zoro for me. I think at that point it would be Sunraku for me.
Oh, okay.
Sunraku's up there for the dual blades. And I think he's got the crescent moon blades or whatever it is, the two blades, but once they charge enough power, it can become one big blade or whatever it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's super cool.
That is pretty cool.
It gives the ability there. He uses two blades almost all the time. Mm-hmm. He fucking is all offense. He also, I was gonna say he doesn't really have switch, which is like Kirito always switches somebody in.
Switch
or whatever
it.
Yeah, but like I guess he does kind of switch when they're fighting like Weathermon, for example. But like they're switching when they're like dead.
Yeah,
they're
that was a cool like fight that they had.
And then the horse has to like fight his two buddies, so like he doesn't get a switch there. Like he just purely threw down.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm like, okay, so I think Sanraku is third for me. And then after that would be Sung Jinwoo. And I think we all know that the animation is fucking sick. Like he uses the two swords. Maybe in the later seasons, he like as we get there and it gets animated, like he doesn't use dual swords as much. No dual blades. He'll go to one sword. He'll use his fists more. Who knows? I don't.
Hands in pocket the whole
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Just kicking shit.
Yeah.
Has his ass crack out some more. But like I think
Weird.
as of right now, up to season 2, Sung Jinwoo's there for second. And I think this means our number one is agreed.
We both agree that like Levi is the top.
Ackerman is the GOAT for dual swords.
Well, also it's because Attack on Titan was just like the most like worldwide anime.
It was
at its point in time.
It was so pivotal for like everything coming out. And as much as their naming scheme sucks, I fucking hate it.
Huh?
The final season and beginning of the end, season 4, fucking like God, I fucking
I don't know what to do.
I don't know
just
why
like
they
part
did
1,
that.
part 2.
Yeah,
the end.
So I will say that Levi Ackerman, like I don't think you can beat him in a fucking dual sword. Like we're not talking about magic abilities. Like obviously Sung Jinwoo or Sanraku like fucking dust them and shit like that. But like just purely dual sword, straight to the point, fucking like throw down.
Yeah, my man has like the
Levi.
the most hypest moment in Attack on Titan is basically Levi.
Yeah, every single hype moment.
So like you can't think of a better person. Like the first one was when he first faced the Beast Titan.
Yep.
Actually, there was also when he faced the female Titan.
Yeah, and you said the humans as well.
Yeah, when his escape scenes with the human.
Yeah.
The second Beast Titan fight.
Yeah.
Which wasn't as good.
No. But it's still up there. Yeah.
It was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like all I can think about. Like, dude, he was the guy.
He's always been the guy. And the best thing, because we're talking about the user, not like the actual dual swords themselves. If it was like the weapons, like, fucking.
Like abilities, like, hey, the guy's human.
Yeah. Like, Kiraku would be up there if we're talking about how cool the swords are or whatever. Yeah. But, like, the actual human. Man, Levi, when he goes into his cleaning mode and, like, he's got the fucking bandana on and he's just sweeping and shit. Like, he's just a funny fucking character, too, for how serious and crazed of a killer he is as well.
For sure.
So, I definitely think that Levi's my top.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think we can agree on that one.
Yep. I think that he would be on top for everybody's list.
Okay. All right.
Seriously. Like, when you look at all the characters we just talked about, Levi has to be first.
Yeah.
Unless you're crazy.
Unless you're crazy.
Unless you're just a Jushiro lover.
Unless you're a Jushiro.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Jushiro being at the top of anyone's list.
Right?
I actually think that he's not at the top of anyone's list.
Yeah. He has to be at the bottom.
Because he's a cock, right?
Yeah, he's a cock.
Let us know what you guys think of our list. Let us know who we missed, because we definitely missed some other ones. I know there's...
Oh, man, there's so many dual wielders out there.
But these are the ones that stood out to us and the ones that stood out to us in the anime we've watched. I know that, like, Archer from Fate Stay Night and fucking Asta from Black Clover, like, these, they're all on the list. So let us know what your, let's say, top 5. Let's say top five. Yeah, let us know what your top 5 dual blade users are down below, and let us know if we're stupid as shit and our rankings are wrong. And you would put Jushiro on the top.
People would probably put Zoro at the top.
They would definitely put Zoro on the top. But let us know down below in the comments.
One Piece stands.
And we will catch you on the next episode of Bros Park. Peace.
Peace, guys.